Oh, okay. I feel like it was bigger last time, but you're on. Mm-hmm. Sarah said hi.
Hi, morning everyone. Just wanted to come on a little bit early because today we might be using some paper plates for gliders. These are going to be my gliders. And everything we're doing with the gliders, you don't have to have gliders. If you're on a wood floor, you can grab socks. So if you have socks on already, that'll probably work just fine. But if you want to go grab some paper plates, that's what I have. I'm going to use them on my carpet. So you're welcome to join me with that. Thank you. Okay, so today's workout isn't an official Pilates class. It's more like a boot camp style class. Mm-hmm. We're going to do a circuit where we go up a pyramid, peak, and then come back down. You'll have 4 exercises, maybe 5. Yes, and we'll have more than one side. So the exercise, you do one side going up and you do the other side coming down for some of them. Our time is 30, 45, 60, 90 seconds is the peak, and then we'll come back down with the 60. My dog's being taken away, otherwise he'd be all over me. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and stand up and we'll get started with a little bit of a warm-up. I have a timer here, but I'm not going to turn it on just yet. So, I want you to stand with your feet in a Pilates V with your heels touching. Let's try that. And your toes slightly turned out. And from there, we're just going to lift up and lower down. So as you lift and lower, I want you to reach your arms forward and lower down. You're squeezing the heels, lengthening through the spine, keeping your neck long and your head drawn toward the ceiling. Find the backs of your legs. That'll help. Find your seat and your hamstrings. Try to articulate through your feet. Let's do 3 more. Last one. Bring it up and hold. Just hold for a breath. Squeeze the seat. Keep the length. Draw the navel closer to your spine. We're going to talk about the Pilates box. Take 1 more breath and lower down. Open your feet to parallel so they're underneath your sits bones at this point. What I want to do is just a quick review. So think of your Pilates box. Your hips are level, your shoulders are level, and your side bones are level. This is going to be the star of your workout today, your core and your spine. So from here, I want you to reach your arms forward and pull down. Reach and pull. And while you're doing that, you're keeping the ribs closed or gently drawn down, keeping the abs pulled in. Trying not to move the center or the torso. Do 1 more. Hold your arms down and pump. This is the standing hundreds in Pilates. So take a breath in for 5 counts as you pump and exhale. Arms are reaching long. Down by your side. Fingers are pointing toward the floor. Wrists are in neutral. Gently squeeze the seat and soften the knees. Relax the shoulders down. In 2, 3, 4, 5 exhales. So you're breathing in the nose and out first breaths. 2 more, just to warm up the core. So you should feel a lot of work going on in the core right now. Last time. and relax. Okay, you're not at the back of your mat. Step there. Let's just do a little bit of a Pilates warm up. So reach your arms up. Take a breath. As you exhale, there's a slight tuck to the chin. You're going to draw your abs up and underneath the ribs and reach your hands forward. Bend your knees as much as you need. If this is your first roll down for the day, find a giant C in your back. If you can, rest the tops of your hands on the floor. If you can't, bend your knees even more. So now we're going to go to a deep knee bend. Exhale, draw the abs in close to the spine as you go to your straight. Doesn't have to be completely straight. You have some weight in your hands as you exhale. Keep the weight on your hands as well. So you distribute the weight between your hands and your feet. Top of your head is reaching toward the mat. Shoulders are pulling toward your back pockets. Draw them away from your ears. Do one more. Now soften your knees, engage your core. Feel like there's a wall directly behind you, and articulate through your spine to roll all the way back up. Let's do another roll down. Reach up, inhale, exhale, round down. This time we're going to walk out to a plank. Bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And just move through the shoulder blades. If you're not comfortable staying up high, you can do the same movement on your forearms. Your neck is still long, your head's still reaching across the room. If you're squeezing the shoulder blades gently inward and then separating them. Retraction, retraction. Abs are still engaged, your body's nice and stiff like a board, and your heels are on top of your toes. Warming up the shoulders a little bit for our workout today. One more. And from here, you're going to turn into a side plank. You can set your knee down if you want to, or you can stagger your feet. And just hold. So your elbow is directly underneath your shoulder. There's your powerhouse again. This is the star of the show, remember? Everything is the same on each side. Keep the length. You can reach the top arm up if you like. And back to your forearm plank or your high plank, depending on where you are, and rotate to the other side. And hold. Nice long neck. Pressing into the bottom heel, side of the feet. Keep the glute engaged. And back to the center. And set your knees down. Bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders from here, and your knees underneath your hips. Find your neutral spine. We're going to do a few cat-cows. So fold yourself in half. Draw the waist up toward the ceiling. Right tuck to the chin, and reach the tailbone down between your knees. Hold for a stretch or breath, and then release. Then come back to neutral, or you can go into a little extension as long as it feels good to you. Round up. Reach the waistband up toward the ceiling, and release. One more. Round up, hold, and release. Give your wrist a quick shake if you need. We're going to be here a little bit longer. You're going to take the right leg and slide it back and lift it up so it's even with your hip. So when you do that, think about the side bodies in the powerhouse. They should still be the same length, and you're pressing evenly into both hands. Take that toe and point it. Tap the top of the foot toward the mat and up, down, and up. You're squeezing your feet to do the left. And to keep the leg nice and straight. Let's take the opposite arm up. Bicep near ear. Neck is still long. Still breathing. Last one. Hold it up. Take the elbow and the knee and round the waistband up toward the ceiling again. Knees in the scoop of your core, drawing the navel to the spine and extend long. Exhale to round. Hold. Inhale to reach. Exhale to round. Inhale to reach. One more. Exhale, round and hold. Just hold. And you pull the navel closer to the spine, bring the knee underneath even further. Back out to your extension. Put the hand down and the knee down. Switch sides. Take the left leg back. Float it up. Onto towel, and do small lifts. So again, keeping the weight evenly distributed. Try to rotate your biceps slightly in. Set your shoulders on your back. Keep some space between your chin so your neck is long. Let's float the opposite arm up, bicep in your ear. Think about the powerhouse and what's happening there. 2 more. Now hold, take elbow underneath. Run out, push the waist up toward the ceiling. 3, one more breath, and extend. Exhale to round, and extend. Exhale to round, and extend. Last one, round and hold. Breathe in the scoop, draw the abs closer to the spine, and round a little deeper. Then release into the extension, hand down, knee down. Sit back for a moment, release. And from there, let's swing your legs around in front of you. So you're sitting on the mat. Knees are bent. Sit up nice and tall. So find the tops of your sits one. If that means you have to walk your feet a little bit further away, that's okay. Shoulders on top of your hip. Bring your hands either behind the thigh, broaden the back with a little bit of support, or you can float your arms forward. You're going to draw the navel in. You're going to do like a little imprint. You're going to push the sacrum back and release. Imprint and release. So I'm trying not to let the rest of my spine follow. Keeping my head lifted, drawing the navel to the spine, and release. My knees and ankles are all lined up with my hip sockets, and I'm trying to stay on top of my sits bones. Now let's start with that imprint. Draw the navel in, imprint, and roll back to your head. Roll back. Maybe about to your waistband, maybe not. Keep about your neck. Try not to let your head drop forward. Keep that space. And bring yourself all the way back up. Sit up nice and tall. Imprint and roll back. Bring yourself back up. Sit up nice and tall. Imprint and roll back. So right now we have a C position. I want you to hold that and deepen it even more. Draw the abs up and in. Take the big pinky finger and drop it down toward the mat. Take the other arm and extend it up. The arms are straight and strong. Switch and switch and switch. So while you're switching here, you're deepening the scoop. There's no shifting in the torso or the pelvis for that matter. Reaching your arms long, working with your breath. If you found that too far and it's too much, bring yourself up a little bit higher. And switch. You can always make adjustments. Go where you can go for today. Every day is different. Work with your breath. One more. Bring your hands to the center. Can you go back another inch and hold? Deepen the scoop even more. Chest floats. Up an inch, back an inch. Up an inch, back an inch. The tailbone's really heavy on the mat. Got some length going on in the lower half of the body. We still have our space between our chin and our chest. 2 more. Last one. And let's roll all the way down. Place your hands at your side and lock your heels in close to your seat. Preparing for a few shoulder blade roll-ups. So once again, navel to spine. Find the imprint. So press your low back into the mat, but you can use your glutes. And release. Imprint and release. Think about your neck. There's a slight tuck of the chin to keep the neck long. Back shoulders are pressing into the mat while we imprint. Fingers are spread. 1 more. Now let's do our imprint and then articulate through each vertebra and go all the way up to your shoulder blades. How do you know you're at the top? Take the crease out of the front of your thighs, but keep drawing the ribs slightly down towards your pelvis. We're not popping the ribs open here. Abs are still engaged. Now shift some weight forward. Knees toward the ankles. Going to start to roll down. I want you to create a stretch in your spine. So start with your sternum. And as you go down, you're still lifting your pelvis up as long as you can. Articulating through each vertebra. Rolling down bone by bone. Once you get down to neutral, tailbone down, draw the navel in, imprint, exhale, and roll back up. Find your height in your shoulder blade, shift your weight forward again over your feet, start with your sternum, and roll down. Warming up the spine here, trying to create space between each vertebra, preparing for a workout. Let's do one more, imprint, and roll up. Gently squeezing the seat at the top. Start with the sternum. Exhale. Articulate. Lay a strand of pearls on the mat, one at a time. And relax. From there, let's slide your arms out to a T, palms up or down, and pick your feet up one at a time or engage your core and bring your legs up. Try to put them in your true tabletop. So your knees are stacked on top of your hips and your heels are lined up with your knees. From there, gently squeeze your knees together and rotate toward one side. You're picking up the pelvis, but the back shoulder doesn't move. So your legs are still the same length. Find your obliques, part of your powerhouse. Exhale to set it down. Let's do two more on that side. So reach to the side. Exhale and set it down. One more time, reach to the side. Exhale and set it down. Other side. So you're keeping your legs the same length. That means the pelvis has to lift up. Get a stretch through the shoulder. Keep this long. Exhale and set it down. Two more. Reach to the side. Exhale and set it down. Reach to the side. Exhale and set it down. From there, bring your hands behind your thighs. Take a breath. Exhale and curl up. You're going to push your legs away. Use your core and roll up to a balance. Slow and control. Nice job. Set your feet down and now roll it. Okay, hopefully we warmed up a little bit. From here, my mat travels on my carpet, so you'll see me adjusting a lot. We're going to start. If you have your gliders, grab them. I have a little timer here. It's going to make a lot of racket while we're working. But I want to run you through a couple exercises. You don't have to use a mat, but if it's available for you and you want to, do it. Our first exercise, a plank jab. So you're in a plank position and you're squeezing your legs together. You can also do it in a forearm plank. If that doesn't work, you can come to your knees and do one leg 5 times and then switch and do the other leg 5 times. While you're doing that, keep the pelvis level. Our second exercise, we're going to come down on our side. Feet are lined up at the back of the mat. Your back is lined up with the mat, edge of the mat, I should say. You're going to start with clams. If this is comfortable and easy for you, maybe you can lift up and do your clam from here. If that's easy for you, maybe you can do the hip lift and the clam together, pressing into the bottom seat. So we'll do one side first, and then on the other side of the pyramid, we'll do the other side. From there, then you're going to go right into a single leg glute squeeze. Put it on your back, lifting your hips up, get the creases out, crossing heels to the knee, and go up and down. You can press the heel into the thigh. For more work, you can float it out into tabletop, or you can extend it up. You're reaching the tailbone down now, so we're keeping our spine in neutral. We're not rolling through the spine. There's a difference. And the last exercise, the 90-second ones, will be a long bridge. So your feet are together, hands slide underneath your hips, press into your back, shoulders, and your feet, and lift your seat up. And just hold. You can add on to this as we go. Okay, so we've got those exercises. You're going to hear a countdown when you get to the last few seconds, because there's not going to be any break. We're just going to go from one to the next. Hopefully I can remember it and call it out for you. When you're ready, position yourself on your gliders. First one's 30 seconds. Here we go. So as you squeeze in, try and keep the pelvis level. It means you don't have to take your feet very wide. Hands underneath your shoulders. Find the abductors, find your seat. Next one is a sideline clam. And that will be for 45 seconds. Keep your neck long. 4 seconds left here. Move into your sideline position. Elbow underneath your shoulder. Feet lined up at the back edge of your mat. Or you can lift and hold. Or you can put it all together. You could float your top arm up. Squeeze the bottom seat. Think about your star today. It's your Pilates box, right? Side bodies are level. Squeeze through the seat. Keep the ribs drawn slightly down toward the pelvis, so not popping the ribs open as you go up and down. Getting ready for a single leg bridge. Doesn't matter which leg you put in the air. You do the next one on the other side of the pyramid. There it is. Roll onto your back. Lift yourself up. Could cross the knee, ankle on top of the knee. Watch that bent leg. You want to keep it in line with the hip socket. Try not to let it flop out. And remember, you're reaching the tailbone down. Keeping the ribs closed. A little more work, or a little more work yet. Back shoulders pressing down. Find that full range of motion. Almost touch the mat and come back up. After this, we have our long bridge. Got about 15 seconds left here. And we'll move into our long bridge. And it's just a hold. A lot of hamstring and seat work. Take your legs fairly straight. Press into the heels. Walk your arms underneath you. Press into your back shoulders. Now, if this is too much on your hamstrings, feel free to bend your knees a bit. There's a lot of hamstring and seat work. You're feeling really strong today. You can float your legs one at a time. No rush here. This is the only time we're going to do this exercise. Well, you have two rounds, I'm sorry. So, even if you can't get your leg picked up very much, the effort of trying to help engage those muscles is huge. A lot of times in Pilates, less is more. Keep the core engaged, keep breathing, keep working. You need to take a quick release and come back to it. That's okay. Do the best you can. And rest down. Back to single leg lift on the other side. Here we go. Remember to keep the spine long. Reach with the tailbone. And press the heel down into the thigh for more work. And find the tabletop. Or you can extend it. And you can reach your arms up. Go where it's working for you today. Keep your hips level. That's real important. Keep the side bodies the same length. We have our clam series coming up on the other side. Eight seconds here. Keep that range of motion as big as you can. Bring it up. Find your side. Elbow underneath your shoulder. And putting all three together. Keep your neck long And reach your arm back. Your feet are lined up at the edge of the mat, along with your back. Your knees are slightly in front of your hips. We're going to finish with mountain climbers for our first pyramid, and then we'll start right over. We'll go right into plank jacks. So mountain climbers are coming up in 8 seconds. Remember, you can use gliders or not. Here it is. On your gliders, on your plank, and go. So if you're not using gliders, here it is. You know this one. Set your shoulders on your back. Keep your neck long. All right, we're back to plank jacks. Remember, you can go down on your forearm if you're tired. You can be on your knees, moving one leg at a time. Pull in, find the inner thighs. Hamsters and next. Long the hip lift with your foot. Set yourself up. Start with a clam lift, feet to the back of the mat. Add the hip and the clam. Looking forward, keeping your neck long. Think about the powerhouse, staying strong in the middle. That single leg glutes coming up. If single leg isn't cutting it for you today, put both feet down. It's okay. Every day is different. Almost there. Good. Take yourself down. Go right into it. Keep your hips level. Reach with the tailbone. Look for more of a challenge. Reach the arms. Press into the back shoulders. Find your hamstrings. Find your seat. That bent knee. Move it closer to the midline of your body. Involve the inner thigh a little bit more. Long bridge after this. About 15 seconds left to go. Glutes on fire. Maybe quads on fire. Hamstring on fire, of course. There it is. Both legs down. Walk it out. Slide your hands in and lift your seat. It's a little bit of thoracic extension here, but we're still trying to keep the abs turned on to support the back. Pressing into your back shoulders, pressing into your hands, pressing into your heels. Remember, if your legs are feeling it, feel free to walk them in, especially in the hamstring area. And take a little breather and bring yourself back up. Remember the advanced position. If you're ready to try that today, add that leg lift. Keeping your neck long. Squeeze the seat when you set the leg down. You pull your lift opposite leg. Yeah, the other single leg glute when we get done here. Then you'll be all balanced. This is the last round of these exercises. Ten seconds left to go. Keep breathing. Keep holding. Keep pressing. Stay engaged. Bend your knees and begin. And you can press the heel into that thigh. Add a little more work from there. Still keeping your hips level. You can always bring your arms up too. And extend the leg. You pick up the pace a little bit. Keep the range of motion big. We have our clam series, sideline clam coming up. Last 5 seconds. I think I did the same leg twice. Lift up. Make sure the elbows directly underneath the shoulder. You set the shoulder. Squeeze through the seat to lift and lower. Reach your arm up. And if you don't feel like going up and down, you can stay up there. That's too much on your shoulder. You can stay down. You're still concerned about the length on each side. Finishing with mountain climbers. Then we have a 2-minute recovery while I go through the other exercises. Find your gliders if you want. Hands underneath your shoulders. This is your short burst, so keep it up. Try not to rock the pelvis. Everybody's doing great. Nice job. Grab a drink if you haven't had one in a little bit. We're going to run through 4 more exercises. We're going to start down the gliders, on the floor, elbow toward knee. So you're going to use your obliques for that one. Then we're going to do side plank hold. You can come into a forearm, staggered, lift your leg. You can do all kinds of things if you like it. Or you can come up into a high side plank if you're feeling it today. Then we have oblique bicycles. You're going to go right back into your back. Hands behind your head as you curl up and rotate. And then for our 90, we're going to do Russian kicks. You start down here with your kicks, hips are lifted. Or you can take it up to the next level here. And here. Okay, hope we're doing well. We have about 40 seconds left. So get your glider set up. I'm going to pull my mat back away from the wall. One of the reasons I'm using it is not to get too much dog hair on me. Okay, 20 seconds to get ready. Remember, these are optional. If you want, you don't have to use them. Start in your plank. Set your shoulders, your hands underneath your shoulders, lengthening your neck. Here we go, knee to elbow. This is without the gliders, of course. Pick my foot up. Or we'll keep it faster. With control. Side planks are next. Either forearm or high side plank. Whatever you do on this side, keep it consistent to do on the other side when you turn it over. There it is. Stagger your feet and lift that leg. Extend the arm. Again, our powerhouse is in control here. Side bodies are the same length. Ribs slightly drawn down toward the pelvis, making sure the core is engaged. You can always put your knee down on these. Then take it to our backs and work our obliques. 10 seconds. Bring yourself down, hands behind your head, float your legs up, and rotate. Really push the leg all the way to straight. Think about the orange fitting underneath your chin. See your neck lifted and lengthened. Bring your shoulder to your knee. Rotate through the obliques. Pelvis stays heavy on the mat. Tailbone stays down. How we doing? Stay curled up. Try not to rock. We have our kicks next. We have 15 seconds left here. Remember the kicks. You can start in the bridge position. No movement through the pelvis. Squeeze the seat. You're up for a little challenge with the upper body. Pick yourself up. Tilt your pelvis. Keep your shoulders out of your ears. Your hands are either turned out or slightly toward your toes. If you want more of a challenge, you can reach for the toe. Press through the supporting heel. Engage the core. Remember, after this, we get to go back on our backs. But work through it. You need a little breather. You can take a complete one, or you can just change what you're doing for a little bit, and then go back to work. "15 seconds, we got this. Don't give up now." Bring it back to your back. Hands behind your head as you curl up. Float your legs and obliques. Rotate the shoulder. Bring it across. Stay curled up. Try not to get sloppy in these moves. Stay involved with the Pilates box here. Think about rotating, wringing out the waist. You can extend the leg straight, straight. Grab a side plank next. Doing the other side here. There it is. If you were on your forearm before, go back to that. You're on a high plank, give it a shot. You can hold this leg up. You can lift and lower it. You can do inbows. You keep your feet staggered the whole time. You can stack them and hold. Make sure your shoulders set right on top of the elbow. Neck stays long. Bring your head back a little bit if you're looking down. Okay, gliders. We have dolphins. You don't have gliders. Cod position. Lift and back. This is my favorite one on gliders or not. It's a great low belly exercise. Try to keep your legs straight. Lift the tailbone. Only 30 seconds. You can do it. And actually, we're almost done. All right, we're back to our elbow to knee. Go ahead and start. Find your plank. Hold the knee up and in. Keep your spine long. Don't sacrifice the bend in the spine upward to get the knee close to the elbow. Find the obliques to pull the knee close to the elbow. Side plank, coming up. Try that high side plank. You don't even have to pick up your foot if you're not feeling it. If you are, pick it up and hold. Really pressing into the side of your foot. Find your seat. Keep your spine long. Using your core. Keeping the ribs slightly closed. Nice work, everyone. I'm actually sweating. Anybody else? I don't like to sweat alone. 10 seconds here. Take it to your back. Back to obliques. Curl up. Now walking pelvis. We're going to get really good at this exercise. Keep space for your orange underneath your chin. Think about lengthening your neck up and out. And then move the shoulder toward the knee. The shoulder. Curl a little higher if it's there for you. Keep pulling in. Don't let the X push out. There's an option if you're tired and you need a little breather. Straight leg, the legs weight to work with. Yeah, hips coming up. Feet down, head down and hips up. So if you want, you can rest your hands on your pelvis. You're squeezing the seat as you pick up the opposite leg. Keeping the side bodies the same length. Same rule from here. And make the placement of your hands. Tilt the pelvis just a little bit to engage the core. Find the seat and hip. Or you can go to the next level. So last time to do this round with these. So push where you can. Try the little advanced position, even if it's just for a few for the day. Every little bit of accomplishment counts. Can't grow if we don't try, right? "20 seconds left. You've got this. Stay with me. If you can pick up the pace without losing the integrity of the move, do it. Pilates isn't always about moving fast. It's more about flow and staying engaged. Precision. Wow. Obliques. You guys know I need cheat sheets all over my kitchen. Now do your rotations coming from the upper part of the body. Really rest your head into your hands. Take the weight off your neck. Make your tailbone a little bit heavy on the mat. Keep the pelvis from rocking. Your back's tired or tight, you can bring your legs up, or you can go back to that knee work. We have our side plank coming up. If you did the high one last time, give it a shot. Usually one side of the body is stronger than the other. You're only human. There it is. Guided stance. mat, floated, you press into that side foot. Keeping the length in both sides. Squeeze the seat. Think about your neck. Reach the head away, mat to the hand. Breathing. Can't see my clock from here, so I'm going to finish it out with you. Then we have dolphins. Remember, on your tripod, you can use your gliders. You can stand mat. Lift the thumbs up toward the ceiling, pull the tailbone up. Find the low belly to do this. If neither of these is working, you can just hold the plank and alternate lifts. Nice job. Okay, we have another 2 minutes. Try to get through another one here. We have oblique mountain climbers. So this time the knee comes underneath the body to the elbow. And your other mountain climbers, the ending, they're kick unders. Kick under this way, and you can use your gliders. Rotating the lower half of the body, keeping the upper half stable. We also have a side plank crunch. Back in that side plank again. You can be on your knee or your foot, hand to the back of your head, bring your knee towards your elbow, contracting here. If you can't get on your side plank that way, for your shoulder, whatever the reason, you can do side lifts. You do these in Pilates, or you can just keep your head down and lift the lower heel. Think about being mindful of the space. And we have single leg roll-ups. Most of you are familiar with those. You can take your feet fairly wide, arms overhead, roll up, reach, put it back down. Opposite. So you're rolling through the spine. And if you need to bend your knees to get up there, do it. Roll through the spine. That's the important part of this move. You can keep your feet down the whole time if you prefer. We're going to stay on our backs, and we're going to rotate our toes out, head up or down. We're going to do heel beats. 20 of them. Then we're going to curl up. We're going to do flutter kicks. You can lower your legs to the lower diagonal to challenge the core, or you can keep it up higher. 20 of those. Then we're back to 10 heel beats. Okay. This is our last circuit. Let's see if we can get this done. Oblique mountain climbers. So take the knee underneath your body, opposite knee, opposite elbow. Rotate through the waist. Stuff the upper body, neck long. Keep the core engaged. We have side plank crunch next. Good. Or you can stay on your knee, or you can stand on the side of your foot, hand behind your head. Crunch and extend or tap the foot down. Next one is single leg roll-ups. Get on your back, go all the way down. Reach, tuck the chin, exhale, lift, and lower down. And lower down. And lower down. So you can bend the knee. That's better for your back. You can bend the knees. If you feel like taking up your foot, just pull, roll up. Pull, roll up. The real roll up implies this healing. Reaching your arms over your feet. This is more of a teaser, V position. Time to disappear on me. We have heel beats next. Head down, legs up, toes out, heels in, and beat. Curl up, rotate to parallel, and flutter kick. You can bring your hands behind your head, or you can reach them up. We're here for 20. Then we're back to our heel beats. You can curl up and reach towards your toes. You can keep them down at an angle. Lots of ways to make this work harder. But back to your flutter kicks. 20 of them. Try to keep your quads turned on, even if your knees are bent. Move from the quad. Back to heel beats. Relax in. Back to flutters. Beats. Flutters. You can always bring your hands behind your head. Rest your head in your hands. Press your hands against your head. Think about that space. And beat. And flutter. And beat. Let's flutter. You can make the flutters big and slow too. And beat. And flutter. And beat. Keep going. I just want to bring my phone to life. What happened there? That's okay. So now we're moving on for single leg roll-ups. Roll through the spine. Let's do a couple of these. Now go into your side plank crunch. Remember, we have kick unders for our gliders. Try these if you want them. Yeah. Under, leaning out the waist. You don't have gliders, still leaning out the waist. You can tap the foot to the floor, or you can hold it in the air. After this, we'll go right back to knee, opposite elbow. And we have side plank crunch coming up. The last round of things. You can do this. Think about your powerhouse. Feels a lot stronger than when you started, I hope. Side plank crunch. Can I challenge anyone to try that high side plank crunch? Beats push-ups, right? Single leg roll-ups. Here we go. Roll through the spine. Try not to throw the arms. If you're doing that, start with the arms, hit the ceiling instead. Start with the tuck of the chin, curl up to roll up. Then roll through the spine and lift the leg if it's there for you. Again, don't worry about the speed. Worry about the integrity of the exercise. Keep the core engaged, side butt is even. Almost done. Then back to heel beats. Remember, you can put your heads down if your neck's tired. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Curl up and reach. Scissor kick. 20. Big or small. Keep it engaged here. Press the low back into the mat. It's just like doing the hundreds. But we're moving our feet. Pumping our arms. Here. Low belly pulls in, inner thigh. There's a connection there. Curl up. Legs back to parallel. Deepen the scoop. Think about the orange underneath the chin. This is our long one. We're past the halfway point. Try to keep your legs straight and strong, quads turned on. I know some of us need to keep our knees soft, but you can still work from the quad. You can keep your head up the whole time. If you want, you can take your arms overhead, make this a little more intense. Side plank crunch. Other side. We tried that high one last time. Can we do it on both sides? Today, sort of. Keep the core engaged. On our last round here, we have single leg roll-ups coming up. Actually, that's what we should be doing, isn't it? Yes, I mixed them up. That's okay, huh? It all comes out in the wash in the end. It's just 15-second difference. You can do it. My phone keeps going to sleep. Finish with those single leg roll-ups. And then you have one more. Last exercise, kick unders. Last chance to bring out the waist. Find the gliders if you want to use them. My paper plates are shut. Find your point first. Set your shoulders. Reach the tailbone long. Navel in. And then rotate from the waist down. Nice job. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you got something out of this workout. Let's do a little bit of stretching. I'm going to start in a seated position with the bottoms of my feet together, trying to find my sits bones and reaching down toward my ankles. Open up my hips, lengthen through the spine, soften the elbows. Keep breathing. And then from here, a slight tuck of the chin and round through the spine. Keep pushing the weight forward, rather than back. You can gently press your arms down on your thighs. Open up the hips a little more. And bring yourself up. You're going to swing your legs around, come to all fours. Let's do a couple of cat-cows here. So relax the tops of your feet down. Tuck the chin and draw the waist up toward the ceiling. Hold for a moment and just give your head a little shake. Yes or no? Releasing tension neck. Keeping your abs engaged, tailbone reaching down. Bring your head back to neutral and relax. And expose your little bit of extension. If it's there for you, you can reach the opposite arm, the opposite foot, ankle, look into your hammer. Now stretch through the shoulders, find your thigh, flex the foot, lift the leg a little higher. Set that down and switch sides. Nice deep stretch. Let that leg down. Let's hike the hips up into a pike. Shifting the weight back, lower the heels, lift the heels, lower the heels, and walk your hands back towards your feet. Find the giant seam that we had in the very beginning of class, reaching the top of the head toward the mat. Looking at the low belly, pulling the shoulders to the back pocket. Bend the knees, extend them, soften them. Deep breath, exhale, and go all the way through, stacking, stacking, stacking. Take one more breath in the nose. Reach up for a little back extension and release. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Have a great rest of the weekend. I think I went a little over.